Welcome back to another episode of the Drama Ministry Start Here, the A to Z how-tos on creating a foundationally sound drama ministry. This is episode 2 officially. I am Judith, Coach J, your host, the owner, and author of the book, which you can pick up in the link below. We are completing this as a sort of insightful read along. So if you haven't already picked up the book, you can go ahead and pause this, head over to the website, and it's a downloadable. You should get it within 5 minutes, and then come back and pick up, and you can be right where we are. Again, I wanted to do this to give you a more personal look at what it really takes to run that drama ministry, and then how to actually do it, and the tools to keep the fire burning. So we're not starting something, all in oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. And then a month, 2 months later, or once that holiday has passed, it's silence. We want to be able to keep going, to keep moving forward, to turn this into something that is actually a ministry. And we know in a ministry, it doesn't stop really. The torch gets passed on. So this is me actively, while still being active myself, actively passing on the torch of information so that we can run our ministries wherever we are and understand that everybody's doing the same hard work. There's so many people to reach and there's so many things to do that it's like there is enough to have your place of worship filled too. You can't just say, oh, well, they have a mega church and I'm over here with, 20 to 30 people. Ours won't do so well, but of course theirs would do well. That's not absolutely true. Because if you have 15 to 30 people, and out of those 15 to 30, you have maybe 5 or 6 that are like, we're really dedicated to this. I really want to, we can do this. You can absolutely do it with however many you have. I know because I've done it with a party of 1. So if you have at least 1, you can do this. Is it a whole lot more work for 1 person to do it than to allocate it between maybe 4 or 5? Yes, but it can be done. And if you are that dedicated to it, if you have a passion for it, if you want to do this, the Lord will provide. And those right people will come along at just the right time. Because don't forget, he is in it with us. He is giving you that desire on your special way to show the word. Because that's what all the ministries are, is just a way to show the word. But we have talents that he gave us and desires that he gave us to do it in this particular way or that particular way. And it will reach those that it was supposed to reach. It's almost like if we're going to classify or put it as a business model, it's like a McDonald's. In every city, there's so many. But do they ever run out of customers? Nope. Nope. So if we were going to compare what a good drama ministry looks like, that would be our model of systematically doing something, having enough people to fill all the positions, and having the drive and the motivation to keep going, knowing that the people will come back time and time again. So, don't be discouraged. Don't look at this because we're only on page 6, chapter 2, and talking about gathering a team. Don't look at it like, well, I know I'm just starting out with this, but it'll never be something because it's just me. Like I said previously, it was just me. I was in that position. So if you even have one more person than you, you're doing 50% better than me. Like, or double 100% better than me. Sorry, my math ain't mathing. You are doing very well because it takes a passion and a want to and the hands to actually do the work. And if you have those things, it can absolutely get done because people are drawn to it. Because guess what? There's other people that have the same kind of talents as you. But if there's no doorway open, if there's no opportunity, of course they won't be there. But if you have an opportunity, people will come. They will say, oh my goodness, I really wanted to do that. I didn't know how I was going to do that. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. I'm not nowhere near Atlanta or California or even Chicago. I'm just out in the middle of nowhere. But I want to do this with all my heart. And I used to think you have to get to California, you have to get to Hollywood in order to do these things. And that's not true. So here are the tools on how we can do this, having a really good drama ministry right where we are. And it's going to take work. It's not just something that's fun, but when you have a passion for something, you really have a passion for it and it doesn't die down and it doesn't look like a burden. It doesn't look like a stress something. It looks like, oh my goodness, this is fun. Ooh, here's my idea for the next thing. Oh, I wonder if, can I get approval for? Maybe if I, you see what I'm saying? It turns into something you want to do and not a regular 9 to 5 job that you really don't like to go to. This is like on the other end of the spectrum that we don't get to see often. But for those of you who are like me and want to do this, here's how we do it. So let's start. Again, if you need to pick up the book, click the link below. It's downloadable. It'll be to you in about 5 minutes. You can pause this and come back to it and catch up right where we are on page 6. And again, when I go through these, I'm going to try to read at least the topics verbatim, where you can see it's numbered 1, 2, all the way down. But I'm going to add some insight that is not there. And if you are only listening to this by way of, I was going to say just YouTube or through the podcast, get a notebook, get a piece of paper, write down some notes. So, gathering a team. Gathering a dedicated and talented team is essential for the success of your drama ministry. A cohesive and skilled team will bring your vision to life, contribute diverse perspectives, and help manage the various aspects of production. Here's a more detailed explanation of how to gather a team for your drama ministry. Number 1, identify roles and responsibility. So clearly identify the roles and responsibilities needed for your drama ministry. Okay, so we're going to need somebody who's going to write down and take notes. We're going to need somebody who's going to find the scripts. We're going to be somebody who's going to manage the cast members, find the cast members, see which cast members we need. We're going to need a prop master. That means every time we have something, they're putting the costumes together. They're okay, so we know we have our roles defined, right? It could also include, you know, again, I think I moved too fast because I'm excited and I'd be saying it and it's written, but let's do it again. This could include actors, writers, directors, set designers, costume designers, lighting and sound technicians, stage managers, and more. Okay? So it's not just we're going to have this done in a couple hours. No, we need to have a meeting. We need to have a team. We need to have somebody who's dedicated to that so that we can be dedicated to this part. You know what I mean? And then when it all comes together, it's beautiful. Number 2, promote the opportunity. So spread the word about your drama ministry by leveraging your personal network, during church announcements, on social media, and local community channels. Maybe you're doing I don't know, maybe they have like a PBS something, or they have a gospel network in where you are. That would be a great place to put in a small ad to say something. You can also say, hey, and go around to different churches and speak and say, hey, if you don't have this, we would love to have you. You know what I mean? And it's just, how do you want to do it? How are you gonna, market this thing? You can also go in like the Thrifty Nickel. You can do an ad in laundromats. You can put up a little poster on their poster board. Any community board that they have in the neighborhood or in the whatever. You can send out flyers. You can put up a big old sign like they have for garage sales. There's so many different ways to do it. Be creative. Highlight the benefits of being a part of the team, such as personal growth, creative expression, and community involvement, because we want to do that anyway. You know what I mean? And then when we have a right opportunity come to something that we already want to do, it's magic. And it is just, and I can only say that because I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? And let them know, hey, this is what we're doing. This is our vision. That's why you have to start at step 1, so that you understand what you're promoting and what you're needing. Number 3, hold auditions and casting calls. Depending on the size of your team, you can hold auditions and casting calls to find talented actors that can bring your scripts to life. Ensure that audiences are inclusive, that auditions are inclusive and welcoming to all individuals interested. And that's kind of like that. So then you're saying, okay, so now we kind of have a team, but we're going to need to fill these spots. Let's do the same thing. Let's take this boat on another ride. Let's go to the different social media. Let's go to, the church announcements. Let's go to wherever we need to go to get the word out. Hey, we're having this coming up, and this is going to be a continuous thing, and we would like to expand our team. And these are the positions that are open. This is on a volunteer basis. Make sure to put that out there. But if you have a passion for this, join us. Okay? But you can word it any way you like. And make sure that everything is inclusive, meaning, oh, but you can't have this, you can't have that, you can't do this or that. No, the Lord says all are welcome. So if people have a passion for it, maybe this is their key. This is their moment. This is their calling for them to specifically be a part of the body of Christ. Because in everything we're doing, we're being fishers of men. And why are we being fishers of men? To bring them closer to Christ, to give them a better understanding, to plant the seed, and then they decide. And something like this could be the catalyst for their change. You know what I mean? And you don't have to tell people, hey, this is what we expect. Because they already have a stereotypical view of what is expected in a church. But you can, in a meeting, say, okay, guys, thanks for everybody coming. We're going to go over the different rules and the different things and what we expect. But don't be exclusive off the back and say, hey, we can't have this because you have a tattoo. Well, we can't have you do this because you work here or there. Well, we can't, you know what I mean? Already putting people out again. You know what I mean? In the word, it says you don't have to tell a sinner they're a sinner. They already know. Now, if they confess it with their mouth or not is up to them. But they know. And maybe you being the one to be inviting would change that narrative. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not perfect. Who is? Not none. And they're like, but they gave me a chance. I kind of I wanna do this. You know what I mean? And it plants the seed in someone's heart that, hey, I'm welcome here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, I want to do this. Because listen, if someone has a passion for something and they want to do it, they're not going to come in with a combative spirit. You know what I mean? They're not going to come in with well, we're going to do it this way when they were invited. You know what I mean? There's not going to be all that pushback. They're going to be like, oh, what can I do? And we build off of the positive. You know what I mean? And they might say, hey, I don't know if I can get on the stage, but I can do this kind of stuff. And you always reiterate, that would be great because that is very important to how everything turns out. And guess what? That's a true statement for each aspect of the drama ministry. It's very important, and it does dictate the way that things turn out. So make sure you're being inclusive. You know what I mean? Because maybe you were that person, and because you're doing this, that is what caught their attention to be like, oh, I wanna, be on the quote unquote team. And in return, they're joining the family. You see what I'm saying? Everything is always a double-edged sword. So if this is happening, this might also be happening. You know what I mean? So always take that into consideration and understand inclusivity is the goal, And guess what? It's not going to be the ones that have already made it. It's not going to be the ones that have all their life and everything is in order and good together. The Lord went out and found the ones that were imperfect and said, hey, we got a spot for you. You want to come? You see what I'm saying? That could change someone's life for you having this opportunity available. Where were we? Number 4, assess skills and commitment. Give them a task. Say, hey, okay, so what we're going to do, after you've talked with your team, let me read it first. I'm going to say it in already. Okay. During auditions and interviews, assess the skills. So when you're having those casting calls, you're having those auditions, you're saying, okay, I see that you're really good at this. Try the line this way. Okay. And I'll teach you about inflection, and I teach about, how to change up a whole 5-letter phrase by inflecting on different words, accenting those different words, and how to properly change the emotion in 2 seconds. That's what I do at my workshops, and you could go to awapzone.com for more information. And commitment level of potential team members. So tell them this is going to take rehearsals on every Tuesday or Wednesday, or we haven't decided the actual days yet. We have to get with all the ones that we're going to that will be joining us and figure out a schedule. But I know we're going to do it every week. Do you have at least one day open a week for the next 4 months in order to blah, 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 right? Or however you're going to word that or do that. But that's how you can test their commitment. And if they say, oh, yeah, that might fit in really well because I do this, this, and this on this day, I could have a day or two like open to, we just come for an hour or two and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Look for individuals who are enthusiastic. That I would say that would be the main criteria. And then dedicated and align with the ministry's vision, right? So, like I said, people that have a passion for this, that want to do this, it's kind of an automatic that they're going to want to fit in. They're going to want to be a part of something. And if you say, hey, these are what we're going to do because we're in this ministry and we're going to be kind of like role models in a sense. We want to make sure that when we're in public, the choice words and phrases that we use, the kind of dialogue that we have lines up and is positive and motivating for someone else who might come along our social media pages, come along us out in public. We want to have that positive perspective. So we're not going to allow any drinking. We're hold back on your curse words and just think them. You can make it fun. But we know people as being people. They're going to be people. They're humans and they're having a life experience. So make sure that for the drama ministry, you're setting realistic expectations and you're not putting chains on people. Because they can make up their minds for themselves. And if something is getting like way out of hand, hey, you cussed out 4 people last Tuesday in front of a group of kids, that probably wasn't the best move to make. What do you think? And they're like, well, yeah, I know. I shouldn't have done that. And then you give them a chance to explain, you see their perspective, you hear them out, and then you decide, okay, what's going to be the right course of action. But to, I want to say exclude someone for being, a human, for making mistakes, figure out what that threshold is for you because you know what you do in your personal time. And I want to say that clearly. One thing that I'm very excited about is that I don't have to put on a fake face. I can just be me. And being me means I'm me all the time. So I don't have to put on a church or a holy face. I don't have to put on a I'm more above you face. I don't have to do all those things. I'm just me. And this is what I like to do, and I'm going to do it. And when people see me, they see a real human being who got a lot of kids, who got real everything. so so there's no need for that holy face anymore, especially not with the drama ministry. Because it's okay to be who you are. And remember, we just plant the seeds. The Lord takes over and changes and rearranges. So don't take on a burden that's not yours. And always pray about everything. Ain't that what he said? Cast your cares on me because I care for you. Ask me and I will do it so that your joy may be made full. Don't forget about his word in this because this is whom we are doing this for. This is why we are doing this. Always include him. And if you're having a problem, I say go to him first and then go to the people after he's given you the words to say. Fair? So yeah, when you get me, right? Sorry to, if you happen to see me on a me day, I'm still going to be doing me. I'm a person. I act goofy. I act fun. I want to say act fun because they tell me I'm not funny. So, but I try my best to be authentically myself. And so I give the same respect to other people to be authentically themselves. Because what someone else does, unless it does, what they do only has rewards and consequences for them, right? And of course they know when they're coming together, or maybe they don't. Maybe they've never been included in anything before, and this is their first opportunity. When they come and be a part of a team, okay, so now this, what I do, affects the team. Let me be more mindful. You know what I mean? They'll already kind of come with those kind of provisions. So we don't have to put it out there like this is going to be a task. Put it out there like, hey, we are glad to have you. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Okay, this is what I was thinking of. This is my vision. And then we need to expand on that to make it our vision. Make it inclusive. All right. And it says diversity. So you're not, doing the same kind of personality. Diversity enhances creativity and allows for a richer storytelling experience. So when they're up on stage and somebody's bringing the word like, yo, and then someone else is bringing the word like, they really don't know how to do it, and they're kind of slow, and they're trying their best, but it ain't happening. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, but knowing the character and what best expands that personality to fit it makes a great deal of change, right? Okay, number 6. Oh, sorry. Number 5. Encourage diversity. I just said that. I hate when I keep going over y'all. So encourage diversity, right? We know that. 6, provide clear expectations. We've done that. Communicate your expectations regarding the commitment, rehearsals, performances, and any other responsibilities. Transparency up front will help avoid misunderstandings later. Okay? Number 8, foster a learning environment. Look for individuals who are open to learning and growing. Theater is a continuous learning process, and team members should be willing to improve their skills and take on new challenges. Make it fun. Like, all right, y'all. I know this might sound crazy. Hear me out. Make it fun. Make it an adventure. This is a part of their life now. This is their, you know what I mean? It's fun. It's all right. We ain't gonna have a dull moment is what I see. I want to stay with this. She's crazy. It's fun to watch her crazy. I love it. I'm here for it. This is my new tea. You know what I mean? So instead of it being a gossiping tea, it's a, ooh, we gonna try that? All right. Oh, okay. Well, I'm down. I mean, if y'all riding, I'm riding. You know what I mean? Make it a fun group thing. Recruit for technical roles. That means your local DJ of the church, your musicians, your whoever does your light and sound, or if you can teach someone how to do light and sound. I used to help run a 48 track board. So, and then do the lights and then work the cameras. So, someone who just kind of knows how to do those things, or you can go to YouTube University, where I am as of right now learning how to play my guitar through YouTube University. And you can say, hey guys, we need somebody to run this sound. We need somebody to record. We need somebody to blah, blah, blah. Please go watch a YouTube video if you're interested and learn the things so that we could do it because I don't know how to do it. I don't have time to do it because I'm trying to do these things. Does anybody want to take over the audio and visual part of it? And guess what? Sometimes you don't have to have all that if you don't have all that. You start where you are and evolve. Because then at the end of your play, at the end of your whatever, when you're thanking them for coming, say, hey guys, we would really like to do this better, but we don't have nobody that knows how to do this. Anybody out there? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up. You'll get the reference if you get the reference, but you know what I mean? Make it fun. Make it something that, oh, she is crazy, huh? Well, I could do that for them. I could help. I could see what it's about. And then that brings people there. They don't want something where somebody being mean, where it's all these rules and we can't do nothing. We can't express ourselves. We can't even say, hey, I think this might work. I don't want to be a part of nothing like that. I want to be at least somewhere where they're taking my thoughts into consideration. Even if it's like, nah, that's dumb. Because what if they fall off the building? Then what are we going to tell the pastor? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. My mind just goes everywhere. But I think outside of the box. But make it an inclusive thing. And then don't be afraid. Closed mouths don't get fed. Right? So make sure you're like, hey guys, I pitifully come before you requesting your help. Or however you're going to do it. But the drama ministry should be fun. It should be exciting. It should be something where people really want to go. You know what I mean? And we can talk about all the different things and the trainings that I give in order for you to understand how to do those things. But this is not a tight-butted thing. Like you can't walk around with that stick holding it and trying to speak, right? You have to just be you. And if you is crazy, then you is crazy and we like it. Ain't that what they said? If it seems like we're in our right mind or out of our right mind, it's for your benefit. Paraphrasing. Don't know the address right at this moment, but it says it's for your benefit. If we seem like we're out of our right minds, I want to say James, but I don't know. I don't think that's right. Somebody knows that address. Put it in the comments. But be you. And if people are like, dang, but it looked kind of funny though, I kind of want to watch. I kind of want to watch and see what happens. You make it interesting. Okay. So provide training opportunities. I provide training opportunities. If you don't know how to do the acting part of it, I'm giving you the training right now to do the drama ministry behind the scenes part of it. But in the acting, I teach the technical ability. I teach you how to memorize your lines. I teach you how to work with a scene partner. I teach you the game yes and. I teach you all the things that is going to be like very productive to know and how to do on the stage. Okay, if you want to say downstage right, or upstage left or center stage or, all those things. You'll understand what that means. And you'll have a full list of the verbiage of, okay, this is a stage director. This is what this means. And it's a big old list, like our own dictionary for acting. So all of that is going to be included with your training. It's a full day from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. and I cater lunch, so we don't have to worry about anything. And we just have a full day of training and how to slate, how to be in front of the camera, how to find your light. You know what I mean? Because it's not just for the theater on stage, it's for in filming, it's for in the drama ministry, however you want to do that. And it's a valuable way to get your team gathered. And you say, hey, we're having a trainer come for the day to do a workshop on how to be an actor, on what that means, and giving us the skill behind it and the knowledge. Everyone who would like to come, you're invited. Okay, so technically not everyone who would like to come, because I have to have a minimum of 20 people, but a max of 30. But if we need to depending on how you want your drama ministry to be and how many teams you want to have as far as the acting, and if you're going to be doing a traveling team, or if you're just going to be doing an in-house, or if you're going to be doing for film, we can do multiple workshops and say, hey, this is group A, they're coming on this Saturday. Okay, this is group B, they're coming Saturday of this. And then we have group C, and maybe we do just your church a full month every Saturday for a different set of teams so that everybody has the information, so that you now have a plethora of resources to pull from, of people to call on to say, hey, we're filming this, we're going to be doing this live, we have this show coming up. Who can be on what? You know what I mean? So now you have an actual casting, like a directory of, hey, and I'll show you how to do their resumes and their headshots and all those things. So it's very like we're getting it together, and you're going to know how to do it. And all the training that is needed, there's multiple aspects of it. And right now we're getting your parts training for the drama ministry, and then for the actors. And you can also come to these trainings and learn. All of that information is at awapzone.com. Let's see. Provide training opportunities, nurture a supportive atmosphere. We've kind of covered that with just making it inclusive for everyone. Create an environment where team members feel supported, valued, and encouraged. Provide interactions and mutual respect will contribute to a strong and motivated team. Number 12, assign leadership roles. Identify individuals who can take on leadership roles within the team. These leaders can oversee different aspects such as artistic direction, technical coordination, and administration. So we're going to need somebody who's writing down the names of the people who are involved. We're going to need a script master. So that simply is someone who's, as we are rehearsing, as we are going and we're without our scripts, they're sitting there, they're reading right along with everything, and they're saying line is blah, 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 right? And they're doing all the things that need to be done in that aspect. Okay? So embrace newcomers. We went over that very well. As a drama ministry grows, be open and welcoming to new members. Newcomers can bring fresh perspective and ideas, contributing to the vitality of your team. So everything is not just put on your back to be great. You have a whole team who can bring this part and that part and those parts and that and make it great together. Don't put the burden all on yourself when you don't have to. Don't be that sort of a control freak, but just keep things in line. And if there's a leadership role over every aspect, those people are going to keep that aspect in line. So when you guys have your meetings, everything is well and good, and you didn't have to do all the work. It's a team effort. So let's say if I wanted to do the drama ministry, I'm starting a drama ministry. Even though I'm the one that's in charge, we are all going to be on the same level when we all have the same information. So I'm not going to treat anyone like they're less than I am. I'm going to say, hey, I need help with this. Can you do that? Do you know what do you need me to show you in order to be able to do that? You know what I mean? It's okay. Nobody is taking power from anybody. It's okay to elevate your team. because you're only as strong as your weakest link. And I want everybody to be strong. I want to be able to say, hey guys, I know I am the drama ministry, but now I have a workshop to do on this day, so I can't be here. They all should know how to do what you're doing in order to keep it together. But then, as being a team members and not the head of the team, the one with the initial vision, they can step in at any time and it will still run smoothly. You see what I'm saying? So don't be intimidated by anyone else. Like, this ain't that. We don't do things the way the world does things. You know what I mean? We want everybody to know stuff. We want them to be able to do this and that, because then that means we can expand. Then that means, oh my goodness, now I can focus on which scripts do I really want. You know what I mean? And then, or whatever your passion aspect is in the drama ministry. It's a team effort in real life, what it's supposed to look like. Um, and take the example of Jesus and the 12 disciples. Of course, he is the leader of the gang, right? But everybody had their piece, and when he left, he gave them, this is what you do. You know what I mean? And look where we are today, because they knew how to carry on the torch. Maybe they messed up. Maybe that crow said cock-a-doodle-doo 3 times, and they was like, oh shoot, I done messed up now. You know what I mean? But when the Lord showed his face again to them, they all knew, I can pick up right here and keep going. Celebrate achievements. Recognize and celebrate milestones, achievements, and contributions of the team members. Acknowledge their efforts and foster a sense of pride and loyalty. After every event, casting party is a must, where we get to sit down and have dialogue and say, oh my goodness, this went like this. Did you see their face? I thought it was, oh man, that was so good. That was, and then did you see when you did that? I laughed so hard backstage. You see what I'm saying? It builds camaraderie. It builds that team. It builds that friendship. It builds that, oh my goodness, what are we doing next time? It builds it up. So the casting party is not just to rejoice over what we just did, it's to look forward to what is to come. And if we did it this way, and maybe you have one thing like, okay, we're going to work on line memorization this time again. I think that's where we should start. But everything else was, oh my goodness. And then you got 10 great things. Get all the bad stuff out in the beginning so we know what we're about to do. But let's focus right now in this moment on the good things. You know what I mean? And it just builds up. It's so much fun. And then when you get to work with those people again, from my perspective, you work with somebody on a set one time and then you go somewhere else and then you see them again down the road and you're like, hey, I remember we had that. And it was so fun. He's like, yeah, you working this one again? Oh my goodness, so am I. And then guess what? Now you're building that community backbone. And then when you have the different events and you have people from the community come, they'll see the genuine fellowship and not the backbiting. I don't know if that's the word, or where someone is talking behind your back and now they're saying this, so now whoever's coming in the door has this perspective of you. No, it's all a positive team effort. And they're like, wow, they really, like, this is good. I want to come. And maybe not only do I want to watch and be a patron, I want to actually, do you have openings for something that I could do? Well, guess what? At the end of every performance, you're going to raise your hand. And if there's something you don't have and you need from the Lord, you're going to say, hey guys, I need this. So if anyone is out there has the passion for blah, 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 you're always extending that olive branch, that invitation, that hand out to them. You know what I mean? And then maybe some will have the courage, see how much fun it is, and say, I really do want to do that, but I don't know. And then guess what? Hey, Jay, we have a new workshop that we're needing done to train some new actors that we found. And we want to kind of get them up to speed. Do you have an opening this month, next month? Can we get fit in anywhere? And I'll say, yes, we can. And then I'll tell you when, because I have no idea. But yes, that's what I'm here for, to teach, to show you how. And whenever you need me, call. And you can even say, hey, Jay, we are doing this script and it is the first time. So when you do the workshop, I think I got to go to my website because I don't know y'all, but I have where I will come out for your first performance and actually walk you through and help you through all the aspects because I want you to have all the tools because I'm only one person. And if you have the tools and I trained you, okay, let me go to the next person and train them. So we know the east side is covered, the north side is covered. Now we got to work on the south and the west. And then when all those are covered, I know your city, your town, your state is in good hands. And then when you need me, call me. But I know you can do it. You know, I don't want to do a bad job at teaching y'all. You think the Lord ain't looking at me like He looking at you? He very well is. So I want to do it as if I'm doing it unto the Lord. And He said to show. Uh, did He say that? Well, He says it like, especially to those who are in the house of God or who are of the house of God, who are family. Give them extra. Go that extra mile, at least for them, if you're not doing it for everybody, at least at a very minimum for your brothers and sisters. So that is what I do. Number 15, regularly communicate. So you're either going to have maybe a weekly newsletter, um, church announcements, an email saying, hey guys, y'all did great. All right, that's all. Or next time, hey, we're working on this at rehearsal, so make sure you bring A, B, and C. Anybody got anything to say? Let me know. Hit me up. Email me back. Hey, how y'all doing today? It was a tough week, huh? And you leave that door open for them to respond. And guess what? After they respond, you respond back. You know what I mean? It's an actual communication and dialogue. You know? So you're always talking with them. You're always keeping them at the forefront, your team, and making sure that everybody is aware. Now, you may not do it every day, but at least have a designated time where they know a communication is going to come. So gathering a team for your drama ministry requires careful consideration and planning. The right team will not only help bring your vision to life, but also create a supportive and dynamic community that fosters, I don't know why I messed that word up, fosters growth and creativity. And we are done with chapter 2, gathering a team. I know I'm a little overboard. It's a little exciting for me. Uh, I love this. This is my thing. And now I've written a book to actually teach the information that I've gained. So even if you didn't have your book this week, get your book for next week. This is going to be done every Wednesday, 6 p.m. And we're going to keep it going until the book is done for the drama ministry specifically. Now, once this is done, I may do an actors podcast, which might run a little bit longer with tips and tricks. Who knows? But as of right now, this is the focus. And if you would like to, go ahead to the link below to the website, get this book so that you can follow along. You can take notes right next to the things. Some of the things, when we get a little bit deeper in, we'll have resources to them on where to find the costumes, where to find the information, where to find the backdrops, how to get all the different little props, different things like that, so that you understand that, oh, I really can do this. And, I'll give a few websites out that I know of that I've used when we get to those sections, because it could be very helpful. And even going into how do we make money off of this? How do we sustain it? So that we have, resources we can pull from to travel to nursing home, maybe to do their holiday a play for them, or to give back to them, or to give them some entertainment, if that's your drama ministry's vision and focus. There's so many different things that you can do, and our door is wide open. So many people to reach. And you can take this into like however you want to do it. And then maybe every Thursday night is Christian Comedy Thursday, where you give some sketch plays, you have a comedian, you have some music. We are bringing the people back home. We know that entertainment, we know that people watch things, right? And we know that they go to watch movies, and they're invested in those movies because they're like, oh, that was scary, or oh, that was so dramatic, or oh, this had this effect. But what if we did that with our based on true stories, with our script that has always been in our hands? What if we actually brought that to life? And what if we showed them that this is the reason that the Lord had to do what he did? And these are all the people that followed him. What if we did a play on Samson and Delilah? What if we could do that? You see what I'm saying? And the book is filled to the edges, literally, with stuff to do. Yet we only seem to do things when it's a holiday, when it's freaking, you know what I mean? When we have the whole year to be in front of these people, to be gripping their hearts, to be planting the seed in this unique way. What do you think that would look like if we were able to do that? What kind of world do you think we could cultivate just by planting a seed where everyone is invited and everyone can watch, or not only just watch and be a part of the audience, you can actually participate in the creation of said media material? What if, right? Well, I'm Coach Jay, and I'm here to help bring that vision to life, to bring the people back home, to show them that they're loved, to grip their hearts, hold it hostage until I say, okay, now breathe. And what if I pass that torch for you to do that same exact thing right where you are? Would you grab it? Well, right now, we are walking through the how-tos together. And I am excited about it. I hope you are too. So any questions, let me know. You can pick up the book. It's in a downloadable form only right now. I haven't made a hardback yet. And or I haven't completed the hardback for sale yet. And you can go to awapzone.com and get your workshop set up for training. And again, that was awapzone.com. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm able. You're invited. And everyone under the sound of my voice is invited to learn. Either you're going to either learn the ministry workshop part of it and how to run one and start one from zero, or how to become that actress or actor with the technical abilities that you've seen in the movie theaters, that you've seen on TV, that you've seen in those traveling Tyler Perry plays and things like that come to your city. And you're like, dang, I wish I could. Now you can. So email me, message me, put it in the comments, call me up, even though phone calls take a little bit longer for me to respond to just because I'm busy during the day. But if you send an email, if you message me through the site, I'm able to respond within 24 hours. And just, whatever your information is, I could probably, run right over, find it, look it up, or just say, oh yeah, this is da 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 da, and get it back to you way quicker than a phone call. But when we do the registration, when we're setting up your workshop dates and times, I'll definitely call and reach out and set a meeting time so that you have my undivided attention. This is good, y'all. I'm so excited. I'm like so glad that we get to do this. And I look forward to going over chapter 3 next time. So have a good one. Know that you are special. And know that if you are this far in already, I want you to be fully in, and I will show you exactly how to do what you need to do to make your vision a success. All right, y'all. Deuces.